Hi everybody, my name's Adriana and today our lesson is people who feed us. So in today's lesson, we're going to be discussing people in our community who help provide and prepare food for us. We have a few activities to do. One of them will be reading Zora's Zucchini, but we're not going to be reading this book in this video. I have the link to the read aloud included in the description below. You can watch this book now, or you can wait until I direct you to pause this video and click on this link later. We're also going to be making a portrait of one of the community members that we identify in our discussion. So for this lesson, all you need is a pencil, maybe some crayons if you'd like to color it, and some paper. So, take a moment to think about the people who give you food every day. If you need to, pause the video and take 2 minutes to think. You probably thought of your family members first, which is amazing. I'm sure that your mother, your father, grandparents, aunts, uncles, maybe even some of your siblings or cousins cook for you, or maybe you cook for them, and they're certainly part of your community. But there are other people outside of our family that help us get food every day. And we're going to think about those community members as well. So take a moment to pause the video and think about who in our community outside of our homes help us get food every day. If you're having trouble thinking of people, think of places that you spend the most time in. So think of places like school, maybe a restaurant, grocery stores. Try and think of those areas and think of the people inside of them who give you food. Pause the video again if you need a minute. So let's write down some of the people that we thought of. Use one of the papers that you have and your pencil, and let's write down as we go down the list. If you didn't think of the people that I'm naming, that's okay. You can still add them to your list. So first off, I thought of grocery store clerks, people who are stocking the shelves and selling the food to you or checking you out. Maybe people in the butcher shop or in bakeries, delivery people who bring the food not only to the grocery store, but maybe these days are bringing food to your house when you order food. Cooks at restaurants, waiters, waitresses, hostesses, they all help us get our food. You could think of the cafeteria staff, the ladies that I'm sure we miss that help cook your lunches every day, and the cafeteria workers who still are cooking lunch. We could think of farmers and fishers and people who raise vegetables, raise meat, maybe food packagers. So how does food actually get inside the box for somebody to deliver it to the store? Somebody has to pack it up, right? So we can think of all of these people who create this food for us, and they're all community members. So if I went a little bit too fast for you, the next part of the video, you can pause on it and it's gonna list out who these community members are, just to jog your memory and to give you some more ideas. Great. So now you can click on the video below in the description for Zora's Zucchini. And Zora's Zucchini is about a girl who starts a garden in her community, and it talks about how her community comes together and helps feed each other. I think you'll really like it. So I hope you enjoyed Zora's Zucchini. It's one of my favorite books, and it's a great book to also think about how great it is to help your fellow community members. If you have too much or too little of something, everybody should be able to turn to their fellow community members and reach out for a helping hand or lend a helping hand. After reading Zora's Zucchini, did you think of any other people in our community who help you get food? If you have, pause the video and take a moment to add them to your list. All right, now that we have these great lists of community members, we're going to make our portrait. So the first step in making a portrait, you have to know what a portrait even is. So a portrait kind of looks similar to how I might look in the camera right now. So it usually focuses on your face, like a picture. That's exactly what a portrait is. It's a picture of somebody. So if you have a specific person in mind, like you can draw your family members. If your dad always cooks for you or your mom always cooks for you, you can certainly draw them, and maybe you know their faces really, really well. If not, you can think of somebody. So let's say you want to do a chef. So somebody who cooks in the restaurant and makes food for you. So you can show their whole body to show how a chef would dress, right? You can show a farmer to show that the farmer's out in the fields. You can show, if you want to draw a grocery clerk, you can draw them in the grocery with shelves around them or behind a cash register, whatever you want to do to kind of show who these people are if you don't know exactly who they are, right? Because sometimes it can be hard to draw faces that you don't know that well. So if you want to draw somebody's entire body and show a big scene around them, like drawing what they would usually be surrounded by, go ahead and do that. So you're going to take your paper and you're going to use only your pencil first. And you want to make sure that you draw your entire picture with your pencil before you even think about using the crayons, okay? If it could be easier for you, or if you have it and your parents can help you, you can also trace over your pencil with a marker, okay, so that your lines are really, really solid, and then it helps you color inside the lines. Because sometimes it can be hard to see your pencil, or maybe you might erase a line by accident. So first, the most important, you have your paper, you have your pencil, and you're only going to draw your portrait first. Draw everything you want on the picture first. And then once you're done, if you have a marker, you can trace over your lines. If you don't have a marker, that's completely okay. If you don't want to trace over your lines, it's completely okay. After that, then you can color. So the most important thing is that you have your picture and then you color it. You draw everything first and then you color. So, to get you inspired, I'm going to show you some pictures that students have drawn in the past when we've done this activity. Feel free to use this as inspiration, but I really encourage you to do your own. You've probably already thought of somebody as we've talked of who you would really like to draw. Stick with that person and do your best. Great! I wish that I could see your picture, and I'm sure it looks beautiful. I'm sure you did an amazing job. If you can, show it to your family members. Tell them who you drew in your picture and why you drew them. Did you draw a chef because one day maybe you want to be a chef? Or did you draw a farmer because you wish that you were in the garden right now? Did you draw somebody from the grocery store because you see them every time you go? Share with your family, your friends, your siblings, who's ever around, and encourage them to think of community members that they've interacted with and people who give them food on a daily basis as well. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. You did an amazing job, and I really hope you enjoyed Zora's Zucchini. Feel free to watch that video as many times as you want. If you love the book as much as I do, you're gonna watch it on repeat. So, until next time, bye.